Hey, it's me again, Charles. Here to give you your news update. Today is June 24th, Sunday, as we normally do the status updates. And this is the weekly, if you're new and not aware what these are. These are our weekly podcast and vlogs, where I just give you a news update on our progress for Hyper Nocturnal, which is our new science fiction horror radio drama that we're working on. And this week's update is going to be very quick because I literally have nothing to tell you because I have had just a constant week of failure and setbacks. So that's great. Basically what's happened is nothing serious. It's just we were supposed to have 3 or 4 even recording sessions happen this last week, and they all fell through. We did no recording at all. No progress was made this week in Hyper Nocturnal. We were supposed to be recording one person remotely, and then they got sick and couldn't talk, so we had to cancel. We were supposed to be recording with Josie, but then she had another flare-up of her laryngitis and actually is now worse than she was before. So we had to stop again. We'll see how she's doing next week. Maybe we can start recording with her then. We were supposed to be recording with JT, but he had a scheduling conflict and couldn't. He had a scheduling conflict suddenly come up. He's a drummer in a band, and his band's recording an album and had to go do that. So that's off, and then we're going to have to wait another week, basically, to do that, to get him in to record. And then there was another person we were going to record remotely who just sort of had to drop out at last minute. They're still, I think, I have to see. I think they're still up for doing the role, but they just had to, suddenly not be there about an hour before we were to start recording, so we'll see. I might have to recast that, I don't know. So yeah, this stuff happens. It's always kind of frustrating and disheartening, I think, when we're this close to finishing and then everything just kind of falls apart. So, unfortunately, last week we had a very low productivity. This week was even worse. So we'll see if maybe next week we can get some recording in. But I'm actually, current schedules and current situation, I don't know. We'll see. We might not even be able to get a recording happening next week. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, we will still plug along. The radio play will still be finished. We just gotta force it through at the end here, it looks like. So we're very close. We're about 3/4 done recording everything, I'd say. And right now, and this is always the problem, it's not the actual recording, it's just getting the people in to do the actual voice work and actually just getting the consistency and the dedication to do it. So we know we'll definitely be recording JT in a week. Not next week, the week after. So that's good. So we can hopefully finish up his role within a month. And then we really need to get Josie started recording soon, but it's all just based on her voice is very touch and go right now. So we'll see. And then the other parts that I'm kind of having problems keeping the recording schedule up are more minor parts. So worst comes to worst, I guess we can sort of record them at last minute. My current thing is that if we can get JT and Josie all done, I can really just start editing. I can probably, as soon as we get Josie's recorded for the first episode, I can basically start editing the first episode and let's get that process rolling. So, we still have opportunities to keep things rolling along. I don't know, I honestly don't know at this point how we're going to be doing as far as hitting our mark of getting this out within a year. But we'll see. And, we're just trying to keep the spirits high and trying to keep things rolling along. So, thank you guys for continuing to listen and continuing to download these news updates. And, if you have any questions or anything like that, send them to me at sci-fi-radiotheater@gmail.com. That's sci-fi-radiotheater@gmail.com. You can also tweet us at sfradiotheater. That's sfradiotheater on Twitter. And then we have Facebook and Google Plus and everything. So follow us and circle us and like us and on all of those places. So thank you guys. I'll talk to you next week. Hopefully things will be better, but I'm not hopeful for next week. The week after, I think things will be better in terms of recording, but we'll see. But, thanks for listening. Bye.